So welcome to this class. In today's lesson, we're going to look at comparison and logical operators. So comparison operators are used in logical statement to determine equality or differences between variables or value. So when you want to determine the equality between two values, two variables, you use comparison operators. So if s is equals to 5, then let's look at this. We have different types of comparison operators. The first is the equal to operator. So if s is equals to 5, then s equal to 8. The equal to operator compares the value and neglects the type. So in this our case, s is 5, and we're saying that s equals to 8, which is false because s is equals to 5. Now in our second case, s is equals to 5. We're saying s is equals to 5, and don't forget to say that we are assuming that s is 5. So this is true. And s equal to 5. Now the difference between these two 5s, this is a string and this is the 5. This is a number. But in equal to operator, the comparison in the equal to operator neglects the type and just look at the value. So it compares the value alone. So in this our case, s is equals to this will return true. This type of operator is called the equal value and equal type operator. The equal type value and equal type operator is a strict operator. It looks at both it determine the equality of values. It looks at both the type and the value. So we remember that our s equals to 5 is a number. Now we are saying that s equals to 5, which is true. So our x is 5 and x is a number. So it is true. Now this second case, s equal to 5. This 5 here is a string, but our own 5 is a number. So even though they are the same value, their types are different. And so the equal value and equal type operator is saying that this 5 here is not equal to this 5 here, so it is false. So the next type of operator is called not equal to. The not equal operator, just like the equal operator, looks at the value and neglects the type. So 8 not equal to x not equal to 8. Remember that our x is 5. So this will return true. So the not equal operator is in another sense is the same as the equal, is a negation of the equal to operator. So if s equal to 8 will give us false. So the negation, the not of it will now give us true. Okay, so not equal value, not equal type compares with the value and the type. So remember that we assume that x is 5. And so another way to look at this not equal to operator is the negation of equal type and equal value operator. So s equal to 5 would have returned true. To negation will return what false. So this operator needs to put the value and the type. Now we have the greater than operator. Greater than operator checks if compares the two variable or two value and returns true if the value is greater than and false otherwise. So it checks if the value is greater than if another value or variable. In our case, remember x is 5. We're saying that 5 is greater than 8, not true, so it's false. The less than operator checks if the value compares a value to another value and checks if it's less than that value of variable. So in our case, x is 5, and we're saying that 5 is less than 8, so that is true. Greater than or equal to checks if a value is greater than or equal to another value of variable. So we're saying that 5 is greater than or equal to 8 is false. Less than or equal to checks if the value is less than or equal to another value of variable. So we're saying 5 is less than or equal to 8, which is true. So let's now look at these comparison and logical operators in a practical sense. Okay, so let's initialize a variable. I'm going to call it x. 8, x equals to 8. And let's nationalize another variable y. I'll call it x equals to 10. So in our comparison operators, the first we look at was equal sign. So but we see s is equals to y. Let's define another variable z and call it 8. So console.log. If I want to compare x, if I'm comparing x to y, from this you can see that our x is 8 and y is 10. So in this is going to give us false. So if I run this, we're going to have false. You can see this is false. Now in this case we have z, which is 8, and x is 8. If I change this to z, you can see that x and z have the same value but different data type. So these equal operators only equates or compare the value without the type. So in this case, we have similar values, even though the type are not the same. It's going to return true. So if I run this, I'm going to get true. Yes, because this equal operator is actually a comparison operator that compares just the value and neglects the type. Now, our second type of operator is the equal type, equal value. So this operator compares both the value and the type. So in this case, we're having x equals to 8, z is equals to 8, and z in our line number 3 is equals to 8. Even though they have the same value, however, different data type. Why this is a string? Why this is an integer? A number, this is string. And so they have the same value but different data type. So this equal value and equal type operator compares both the value and the type. It is the two variables will only be equal. They have the same value and the same type. So in this case, if I run the script, I'm going to be having false. So you can say false. So this is it. Now our third type of operator is not. So one, we have talked about this operator. This operator compares only the value, right? Okay. So I'm going to put this in comments so we don't get confused. Only the value. Our second operator is equal value, equal type. So this compares both the value and the type. So let's look at our third operator. It is not equal. So this compares only the value. So in this case, I can't say, let me give an example. So y, let's log this console.log. Let's example y is not equal to x is not equal to z. So in our case, this is comparing just the value. I know that x is equal to z. So s equals to z. So this is true. So this is false. So our x is 8, y is 8, z is 8. So x and y are the same. So when you say x not equals to z, that's not true. So it evaluates to false. If I run this script, I'm going to get false. You get? Now, our third operator, number 3, is not equal to number 4. So this compares both the value type. Now, a better way to actually understand this not equal to. So what not does is that it negates a Boolean value. For example, if I have to not makes it false, or for false not makes it true. So a better way to explain this is this better way to explain is to say that this is the same because it is the same as this in brackets is. Okay, so this is what I mean. Well, x equals to z, whatever is the answer, if you negate it, it becomes the same answer with line 10. So s is equal to z will give us true. Therefore, s equals z equals to true. Therefore, x not equal to z because to not what seen as not true, which will evaluate to what to false. Okay, so that's it. So the same thing goes to this. This compares both the value and the type. So originally, x is equals to z will evaluate to false, and then not of false is equals to true. So therefore, this line 10 will evaluate to what? To true. That is because x equal value equal type of z to will give us to false. And so not of that false will become true. So if I run this, I'm going to get what? True. I'm going to get true. So our third type of comparison operator is called the greater than. So this operator compares true value and return true if the value is actually greater than or less than. For example, we can actually see that y is greater than x. Y is 10 and x is 8. So y is greater than 10. So if this will evaluate what? True. Because y is actually greater than, so it's checking if y is actually greater than 10. And if it's correct, it returns true. So you can see our y is 10, x is 8. So y is actually greater than 10. So if that's the case, it's going to return what? True. Now, y is greater than what? 10. If I turn it this way, this is x is greater than y. And in our case, x is 8, y is 10. So this is not true. Because y is actually greater than x. But our expression is saying x is greater than what? Y. So if I evaluate this to become what? False. So y in this case, if I turn this way, y is greater than what? X. So I just want you to note that the direction of these two lines where it's facing shows that that particular value is greater than. So this is in x. This means that x is greater than y. And if you compare what x is and what y is, you can see that x is 8, y is 10. So it's actually not true. So this evaluation does not tell what is actually the value of this. Does not tell exactly according to this value. So this evaluates to what? To false. So the second type of operator we have is the theta of to have is greater than or equal to. So if we evaluate if we say, if we violate this to, let's say, 10, which is T, and then we can comfortably say that Z is greater than or equal to, Z is greater than or U is greater than or equal to Y. So any of these, if U is greater than Y, if we have that U is greater than Y, it returns true. If we also have that U is equal to Y, it returns true. So in this case, our U is 10, Y is 10, so they are equal. So this will evaluate what to true. So this will evaluate what to true. So we said, so this will be true. So this statement will be true if U is greater than Y, or U is equal to what? Y. So any of these should be true. So if we have any of these conditions in our variable, this our line 13, statement of line 13 will evaluate to true. Our third type of comparative operator is in less than. So the 7 is what? Less than. Which is this. So also dot log x less than. So you can see that x is and U is 10, and this is saying x is less than what? U. X is 10. So in this case, which is true, because x is and U is 10. So if I run this to evaluate what? To true. Now if I change this to U, if I change this to x, this is saying that U is less than x, and U is 10, S is 8. So this is not true. Our U in actual sense is greater than x, but our expression here is saying that U is less than what? X. And why? In reality, our U is greater than x. So this statement evaluates what? To false. So the last kind of comparison operator we have is less than or equal to. So it's called less than or equal to or equal. So what this condition means is that less than or equal evaluates what? Evaluates to true. So let's see what we're talking about. So if I U and Y less than or equal to. So you can see that our U is 10, Y is 10. Even though this is saying less than, so our Y and U are the same. Our expression is U is less than or equal to Y. So any of these will evaluate to. If we have this condition, if this condition is true from our statement, evaluate to true. Or if we also have this to evaluate what? To true. So now this condition will evaluate to true. So in our own case, U and Y are the same thing. And if I change this from U, let's say x is less than or equal to Y, you can see that our x is actually what? 8, our Y is 10. So it's actually true that our x is less than Y. So this should evaluate what? To true. To true. So basically we have talked about 8 different comparison operators. So these comparison operators are used in logical expression to actually, or control statement, to actually determine if a block of code is executed. Okay, so the next we're going to be looking at is our logical operators. And basically we're looking at 3: the AND operator, the OR operator, and the NOT operator. Okay, so this is a truth table that covers the AND, OR, and NOT operator. So our first column and second, our first column and second column are the inputs. Then our third column is stands for the output for AND operator. The fourth column stands for the output for the OR operator, and the NOT column stands for output for the NOT operator. So you can see that we have true and true. The AND operator returns output of true. We have true and false. The AND operator returns output of false. When you have false and true, the AND operator returns output as false. When you have false and false, the AND operator returns output as false. So we can basically say, in summary say, that the AND operator returns true only when the true inputs, when the inputs are true. So let's look at that of the OR operator. We have input true and true, the OR operator is true. We have input true and false, the OR operator is true. We have input true, false and true, the OR operator is true. We have input false and false, the operator is what? False. So looking at these results, we can see that the OR operator returns true when any of the inputs are what? Are true. Otherwise, it returns false. Now, for the NOT operator, we are comparing the NOT operator against this first. So this is not A. So what the NOT operator does is just to have an inverse of the inputs. So in this case, so what the NOT operator does is just to inverse our inputs. So we have NOT of A. So you see that when A is true here, so the NOT will give us false. And the second rule, A is true, did not give us false. A is false in the third rule, did not give us true. A is false in the fourth rule, did not give us what? True. So let us look at these particular examples from our code. Okay, so we say in summary, for the AND operator, so we say for the logical operators we have AND, which can also be written in this way. We have the OR operator, which can be written this way. We have the NOT operator, which is written also this way. So let's start with the OR operator. The OR operator returns true only when the AND operator, so let's start with the AND operator. AND operator returns true when all the inputs are true. So true, and if we log, let's log this console.log. So let's look at this. So true and true. If we log this, it will give us true. If we log, it will give us true. However, when any of the inputs are false, if I make this false, I'm going to return what? Go to return false, because it is false. If the both of them are also false, when any of the inputs are false, and will return what? False. So AND operator returns true only when all the inputs are true. So let us look at more examples. Let's say 8 is, let's say variable x is equals to 1. And we're saying variable z is equals to 2. Variable y, this is equals to 9. So if I say x is greater than 2 and y is less than z. Okay, look at this expression. S is greater than, sorry, that's greater than 2 years and y greater than z. So this first expression will evaluate to what? Our x is 1. So x is actually 1. And we're saying that 1 is greater than 2, which is not true. So this first expression will evaluate to false. And we're saying that here that y is less than z. Y is 9 here, and z is what? 2. So and this, from this expression, we're saying that y is less than z. Y from here, y is actually greater than z. So this way return false. So false and false is give us what? False. So if I log the final expression of this, console .pl, it will evaluate the word false. False. So if I run this, the final output give us false. Let's see that. So, and if I run this back this way, see x in this case, we're saying 2 is greater than x, or x is less than 2, x is 1, so it's totally true. So this first expression will evaluate to true. Here we're saying y is greater than z, y is 9, z is 2, which is true. So true and true will give us what? True. So this statement will evaluate what? To true. Look at what of the or. The next one is the or operator. Now, or returns true when any of the inputs are true. Let's look at example, this or false. In this case, one of our inputs is true, so the final result to give us what? True. So, but when all the inputs are false, so or returns true only when any of the inputs are what? Are true. So for more examples, if I say x is greater than z, y, okay, or z is less than what? Y. So this position x is greater than y. X is 1, y is 9. So y is actually x actually less than y, not the other way around. So this will evaluate towards the false. Remember, or second statement say that z is less than y. Z is 2, y is 9, so which is actually true. So that means we have one of our input, which is this expression evaluating to true. So the final result will give us what? True. So if I come here, I will log this. Log. So this will evaluate what? If I run this particular expression, it will evaluate what to true. But let's look at what the not is. Not just create an inverse, just create an inverse of what event. So not of true will give us what? False. Okay, so we need to log this. Also log to sit on console. So not of true will give us what? False. Not of false give us what? Give us true. So if I run an expression, for example, y greater than what? Z. Y is actually 9, z is 2, so it's 2. I can think actually y is greater than z. So this statement will evaluate what? To true. That's it. So if I do come here and do not of this value, so our expression in this bracket evaluated to true. So the not will turn the true towards to false. So our final result will be what? Okay, so we need to log this left console.log. And so log. The final result will be what? Be false. False. So you see? So to a summary, the AND operator returns true only when all the inputs are true. The OR operator returns true when any of the inputs are true. The NOT operator changes true to false, or false to what? To true.